Now you see, is there any HTML element is available here?
No, sir. Still not any HTML.
No HTML, right? So what I'm going to do in my parent component, I'm using a h1 tag parent component. Listen carefully. I'm using parent component. You got the parent component? Say yes or no. In my parent, I'm having a parent component. Say yes or no. Right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a child component saying that what is the code I need to use a child component? ng gc content project, something like that. Now you see, I got a content project. I got it or not? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Amar, go for a mute, unmute. And in the content project, I'm taking this in the HTML tag. I'm going to use, right? Content is called. Now you see, Vida. Okay, you have to say component name app hyphen. The selector will be like that. Now you got the content project works.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, you got the content project works. This is good number. Okay. Now, when you have a content project works, what you need to do, you have to go here, add some HTML element saying that h2 child component, and then paragraph tag lorem 10 tab. Now tell me whether this content will be projected in your child or not. See, I created a content and that content I'm passing here. This concept is called content projection. This content will be called it as content projection. I am projecting my content from parent component to child component. Till that, ng on change, nd do check is basically on data. Now here, you are projecting your exact content. You understand my point, Ishwar?
Yes, sir.
You
Understood.
understand, right? So now you come here. Did the content is projected here in the child component?
No, sir.
Why? To project
Because
content, we need to use this tag. What is the tag we need to use in your child component? In the child component, you simply say ng hyphen content. Okay. Now you see your child component content is projected.
yes, sir. Projected.
Everybody clear? So what I'm planning, I'm writing my HTML code in parent component. I want to project that content in my ng content. Clear my point? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Unmute yourself. Everybody unmute. Everybody unmute.
Yes, sir.
Everybody unmute and speak.
Yes, sir.
Let everybody unmute and talk. Okay. Now you understand what is
Yes.
content projection?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now take a notes. Tell me what is content projection. What you understand content projection? Content projection is nothing but is used to transfer the content What content? Transfer the what content? What content you are transferring?
HTML content.
HTML content into the from parent component to child component. Understand my point? Say yes or no. Content projection is used to transfer HTML content from parent component to child component. Sir, I need to have a logic. Here in the HTML, you will have only these values, no dynamic value, right? Did you have any dynamic value here?
Sir, still static data.
Any dynamic value we are passing from
No.
parent to child?
No, sir.
No, right?
Yes.
Now what I want to do, in the parent, I'm going to use button, say generate number. Okay. Now if you go to the UI, you got a button here, generate number.
Yes, sir.
You got a generate number. Now, when you click on the generate number, I want to generate a random number, pass it to your client. So how to do that? When you click on generate number, I need to pass that generated number to your check. First, what you need to do? You need to go for parent component code. You say random number. I'm declaring a variable random number string. And then send data to client. Data to child method I'm writing. So how to generate the random number? Random equal to math dot floor of math dot random 10. Math dot random comma maximum value is 10 numbers. And this is the code you need to write. What yesterday I written? I forgot that one. I deleted that. Simply go here, generate random number in TypeScript. Yeah, this is the one.
Sir, math data flow.
Yeah, understand. Random number equal to math dot floor math dot random function into 10. Okay. This is an integer. Okay. Math dot random number math dot floor. Now what I'm going to do, I'm copying this random number, go to the HTML, I'm saying here H3. No, before going to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm generating a string mark. Listen carefully. I'm using a string here. I say this variable is random. I say this variable is random. And int random
Number.
random value colon number equal to 0. This is the best way to do. And then here you say this dot random number, random value. And then I want to concatenate the string saying that this dot random number equal to the random number is colon plus this dot random value. Now you got the string, and this string I'm going to use in my app component HTML. Okay, now you see projection has happened, not happening. Go here, terminal. I'm rerunning the project. Now you click on generate random number, things are not working. Why? It should work. Now in the button, am I having any click event? Do I have any click event now?
No, sir, we need to
Come again?
ask, sir.
I don't have any click event, right? So
Yes.
what I need to do? Equal to, what is the method name we need to have? This method name we need to pass.
Yes.
Then only the method will be executed, right? Otherwise, the method will execute?
Not execute.
Yes or no? I told everyone to unmute and talk. Nobody is talking. What should I do? Now you go here. So you got the random number?
Yes, sir.
Everybody say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, you understand what is content projection? First point. You
In
understand what is content projection?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. In parent component, we can assign HTML. That HTML inside of child, we need a concept of projection.
See, the point here is I am building my HTML code here in the parent component. I am passing that HTML code to my child component dynamically.
Okay.
I got my point. I am passing my child code dynamically. For that, I am using a content projection.
Projection.
I got my point. Now, in this content projection, I'm going to have ng after content init hook. I'm going to have ng after content init hook. When it will be executed, we'll see that. Now go to your child component. What is your child component? Content projection is your child component, right?
Yes, sir.
Content projection is your child component. Now in the child component TS, you are simply saying after view init. Do you have an interface here? Understand my point? You are
Sir.
introducing an interface, implement after view init. Now you see, I get an error from the application. What the application is saying? Anyone can read? Anyone can read, please.
Content projection component incorrectly
Amar,
interface.
Jafar, both of you to spoke.
Yes, sir.
I saw me.
So we need to
what they are
implement
saying?
the method.
After view init is a interface. You need to implement in component. So what you need to do? To implement component, what you will write here? ng after view init. Console dot log I say ng after view init is invoked. Am I right or wrong? Now you see here in the code,
Incorrect input cycle.
come again?
Input is wrong.
But lot of things are coming.
About the second line.
Okay. Okay. Now you see, here, right click, inspect element, go to console. You see there is a content ng after view init is invoked. Say yes or no. Let me refresh. You got the after ng init is invoked.
Yes.
And when you click a generate number, nothing will happen. That means that this ng after view init will invoke only one time. When the content is projecting for the first time, that ng after init will be invoked. Now you understand my point?
Okay.
Now I understand my point or not?
Okay.
Come again?
Okay.
Everybody. Jafar,
Yes, sir.
Amar, please speak. Ishwar,
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you guys need to speak. Okay. Mileswami, Pratibha. Okay. So the point here is, whenever any new content is projected from parent to child, ng after view init will be automatically invoked. Now you understand my point? Because you are passing your content.
Sir, can you
You are
please,
passing your content.
sir, can you please console statement, another one is inside of generate function inside.
Come again.
In parent component, inside of business logic. Yes, sir. Please put into another console statement, sir. Then only.
You want a console?
Yes, sir. I want console
Why?
statement too. Because of whenever clicking to generate ng after
This dot random value. Okay. Or I can say this entire description. So let's take this variable. Okay. Now tell me what you want.
Yes, sir. Generate. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. ng after view unit is not generated, but number is generated.
See, because the content is already projected in the child component, dynamically
Yes,
you
sir.
are changing the data.
Yes, sir.
You got my point. But
Yes.
if I use do check, the same thing, if I use a do check in the child component, you see, do check will be fired every day. Comma, do check. You come here. Ng do check. Console dot log ng do check is invoked. Understand my point?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now, if you go back, before after view init, there is a do check has been invoked.
Yes, sir.
Again, after running it, content is projected, do check is invoked. Now, when you click on a generate number, you see, every time the do check is invoked.
Yes, sir.
After
generating the random number, after that, ng do check invoked.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
After generating the random number, see, random number generation happen in your parent component or child component?
Parent component.
Parent component. Do check is available in your child component or parent component?
Do check in child component, sir.
Child component. So, yes, when you click a button in parent component, whether it will fire the parent component event or it will fire the do check event of child component?
First fire in parent component.
Parent component button click will be get fired first.
Yes, exactly.
And then that data you are passing to the child component. At the time of passing the data, do check will be fired for the child component.
Oh, yes, sir. Understood.
You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Amar?
Yes, sir.
Understand my point?
Yes.
Do check whenever you are passing data from parent component to child component, do check will be fired by default. That is the first point. Second point, ng content init will be fired based on the content it has been projecting to the child component. Clear my point?
Yes, sir. But this concept only prefer for large scale of application. We just for checking purpose.
See, sometimes what happened is, I will tell you which scenario it will happen.
Yes, sir.
Let's take an example. This is the most important concept. See, this is your UI.
Okay.
Clear my point?
Yes, sir. Main root.
In the menu, in the parent component menu.
Okay.
You are saying home. Okay.
Okay.
and you are saying contact us.
Okay.
Okay. But you will have only one child component here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whenever I click home, this
Mhm.
parent component date view content will be project to here.
Yes, sir. By using routing concepts.
Or you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Whenever I click on a contact, instead of home content, I'm going to send the contact content.
Okay.
Here, my child component is one or multiple.
One, sir. Only one.
But the business logic will change. The data will be changed
Yes, sir. Changed
dynamically.
according to. Yes, sir. Changed.
Okay, so
Depending on
that is
routing.
called content projection. That is called ng view init will be comes into picture. Now you understand?
Oh,
Or you got my point?
little bit confusing,
Yes
sir.
or no? Come on. I'm getting bored.
Not
You need
about,
to
sir.
speak. Now, I have one more here saying that after view init is there, right? I have
Yes, sir.
one more after view check. After content check. And implementing the same here. Listen carefully, I'm implementing the same here.
Sir, whenever importing hierarchy is
Wait.
mandatory.
After
not?
content check. Now what
Yes.
will happen? It is expecting after content check. ng after content check. Console dot log ng after content check this fire or invoke. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now you go back. You see here, all the three has been invoked. First, what happened? Which
First,
one is fired?
ng do check is invoked. First one.
ng do check is invoked.
Invoked,
And then
right.
what happened?
ng
ng
after
content check is happened.
content check happened.
After
Yes.
that, after view init.
Yes.
And then you are coming for content check. Now click generate number. You will have only do check and content check. ng view init will happen only once.
Yes, sir.
Whereas content check will happen every request and response, the content check will happen.
Okay.
You understand my point?
Understood, sir.
Venkat, Judy,
Yes.
have you got my point? And finally, you will have one more component called ng destroy. If you want to destroy the component information, you can write any logic based on the destroy. After completing, you want to deinitialize anything, you simply say destroy. On destroy, you have an interface, comma, destroy. Okay.
On destroy, sir. Yes, sir.
On destroy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On destroy. Here, I'm going to use ng on destroy. I say console dot log ng destroy is invoked. Clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Now click on send number. ng destroy is not happening. That is a different story. I will teach that one tomorrow. How to destroy the content. Okay. ng destroy is not invoked.
Yes, sir.
When it will be destroyed, from one component to another component you are going, it will destroy everything and go back.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Are you got my point?
Yes, sir. Now I understood.
See, the point here is, if I am shifting from home to contact,
Contact.
Do I need to have home content information in the memory?
No, sir.
So what I will do, I will destroy it. I'll go back to the contact.
Contact.
Destroy
Yes, sir.
all the memory of that particular home and then go
Okay.
to the contact.
Yes,
Where you
sir.
will implement that ng destroy? Where you will implement?
Sir, I think
When you are
parent
doing a
component.
shifting. Or
Yes,
you got
sir.
my point? This one I will speak tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Anybody
sir.
have any questions?
No, sir. No, sir. I think this is the life cycle of a component. I
See,
think.
it is purely a life cycle of component is nothing but hooks.
Yes, sir.
Nothing more than else.
Mm.
Clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to make a page life cycle, especially in .NET before MVC, you will have a page life cycle, right?
Yes, sir.
In page life cycle, what you will do? Page init, page onload, page pre-init, and page render,
Yes, sir.
and page unload. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
These are all the 5 steps you will use in .NET. Same thing they are going to use in the concept called hook, where you are going to implement same kind of page life cycle based on the condition of hook. Amar, understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand my point? The more
Yes.
you are familiar with hook, I don't think 80% we won't use these hooks. Especially the hooks, the main hook you are going to use is ng on init.
On in it. Yes, sir.
Why? Because any service call you make when the page loads, that time you need to use ng on init.
Okay.
Remaining and all is not necessary, but you need to understand because in interview people will ask.
Yes, sir.
Or you got my point?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, but what are the things we learned? ng on init, ng on change, ng
do check.
do changes, ng after content init, ng after view init, ng content completion, checked, and ng also do condition check, and finally you have ng
Destroy.
destroy. Totally,
Destroy.
how many hooks are there? 8.
8.
That is called hooks answer. So tomorrow I'll come up with a good example with at least you can have minimum collection of these hooks.
Yes, sir.
So that by end of this week, we'll complete the hooks. Next week, we can go for the other topic.
Okay, sir.
Clear my point? Everybody? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Pratibha. Pratibha, are you there? Okay then. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir. Have a nice day.